trim or flight. Whiskey round table. Oh, Greg, Karen, and the whiskey wizard talking facts and tastings. They've got you covered. Whiskey round table. Oh.
Welcome to the Whiskey Roundtable. We are your hosts.
Are we already off mute? Moot,
Big G.
Karen Ellen Keller.
And I'm Doug Dunbar. Wow. It's only been 2 weeks we haven't done this.
The
But
mouse stopped working a little
Yeah,
effort.
right,
It just
right,
wasn't.
right.
It wasn't.
You know, yeah.
It has nothing to do with the fact that I've been drinking
yeah,
down here for 3 hours.
Yep. Okay.
so
Anywho.
we're continuing on with, well, it's our first show during Hallow-Whiskey month. So
It is. We have all of the little
we are
extras on the
decorated,
table.
as you may
Trinkets.
notice, for
Little
Hallow-Whiskey month. So
That's right.
yeah,
Even the shoe.
Even the shoe.
Special
Got the
witch's
witch's-
shoe.
No.
witch's shoe, which we'll have for the rest of October.
And
Yeah,
Greg,
cool.
you know, you're just gonna have to not wear your pair.
I know I'm gonna have to hobble now. You know, I just got that shoe right where I like to. You know. Anyway, leave it alone. Smell like cologne. Leave it alone. So
Holy
what do we got?
moly.
Holy shit!
Well, let's go.
How we all
Let's
do.
go. Let's go to the scroll
go?
Who's
first.
with us tonight? Oh, we got Bob Lecken, a Cleveland Whiskey. is with us.
Cleveland whiskey.
Yeah.
He said he was starting early today, so he left to go make a drink. And I said, "Well, what are you making?" And he just goes, "Bourbon." I thought he was going to make like a drink.
That's what I'm talking about.
Cleveland Black. He's having Cleveland Black Reserve with a teaspoon of warm Akron habanero honey.
That
Warm?
sounds good.
Is that like a honey? Like
It must
I'm
be.
curious. I'm just
Habanero
curious.
honey, yeah.
It's 100 proof and 100 degrees. Nice.
Yikes! All right.
Matt Sosa is watching. Matt.
And he says, "Go Guardians!" That was a great game today. Jose,
Yeah.
Jose.
Yeah, he earned his keep there. And yeah, I will be joining Matt Sosa and one of our sponsors,
Rawhide.
Rawhide.
Rawhide Firearms. And we're going to the game tomorrow with another good friend of ours, Frank Rando. So
G Money's on. What's up, G?
Where you been,
been a
buddy?
minute, dog. Been a
G
minute.
Money. We got Jose Padilla.
Yep, Jose, my man.
With us.
I want them to come watch the show so bad.
I'm so glad I finally met him, and I wish
He
I
is
would have met
there.
your wife
I'll
too.
tell you, they're the salt of the earth. Those people. I love those people. I told you. I always say it. I say it every time they're on. I say I could hang out with those people all day long.
And Matt is asking. Matt has asked the question: what show number is it, Cheese?
We are doing the 24th show.
Wow.
Did I get it? Are you bullshitting me?
No, that's correct.
Okay,
It's our
I pulled that right out of my ass.
24th show of the
I
year.
thought it stunk.
We got
We got Rob Richter from up
Rob
north,
Richter
Rob.
up north. We got Brother Steven. What's up, Brother Steven?
Texas.
Texas.
I'm going to send the bottle cam all the way up north
Oh, you should.
Why?
for this show.
Oh, can you imagine that drive
So
coming
we're
in?
gonna. I think so. We'll see Rob in today's bottle cam.
Make-
Yes, you are in it, Rob. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, make sure you shaved or something, you know. Put something nice on.
he's got his up north
You know,
attire.
put on a
Yeah, put on your
Put
down
on a-
south.
He's got his flannel.
Why don't you do
Put
your
on some
down
clean
south
flannel.
attire?
put on
Yeah.
a clean flannel.
Yeah, could it be clean this time?
Take
Rob?
your bra off. Let it hang, son.
Oh
Never
my.
mind. I'm not gonna say it. All right, so you said before the show,
What?
are you smoking? Ask me what I'm smoking. So what are you smoking?
I'm smoking a AJ Hernandez Puro Especial.
Didn't he play for the Texas Rangers?
I think he did. He did. He was in Cuba. But anyway, it's a Nicaraguan and Habano binder. So that's what I'm smoking.
Oh, nice.
We had a cigar event today at Royal Havana Cigars.
Yes, you did.
So I had to roll out there today.
Royal Havana.
I bought a lot of cigars. I was given a lot of cigars, and we had a great time. I did try Chivas Regal 18 for the first time, and as we talked about earlier, it's a blended product, but it's a very good drink,
Eh?
by the way. It is.
There are some,
You like
some
it?
good ones out there.
Yeah, it is.
There's just so many good single malts that
We know
I
how
tend
particular you are.
to. Yeah, it's just there's so many whiskeys that you know.
All right, and Chevis, they have a lot of good products out there. They do. I mean,
They
they're
do.
Royal Salute and all that other stuff. They have some really, really good products.
Um,
They've come a long way since Grandpa was alive. But anyway,
Just to quickly change the subject,
good.
today is Myrna's birthday.
Mama's birthday.
Mama Williams.
Mama Williams.
So happy
Okay.
birthday.
And we had a great
Mama
time. Mom, we had a couple weeks ago. Mom and Dad were here, unexpected, good time. Dad watched the show. I think he had a great time.
I
He
think
just
he's
had.
still in shock. I don't know.
I think he was laughing so hard, and he had, his surgery went real well, so he's doing good with
Oh,
that.
great.
And
Good.
Mom stayed upstairs and watched football.
Atta
That's
girl.
okay. But he said, I said, well, you want to go upstairs and watch football with Mom? He says, hell no, I came here to watch the whiskey round table. I'm like, all right, Dad, chill out, man.
He just sat over there like the whole time. He had the same look on his face, like.
Until we got the show going. Once
No,
the show
he
started,
was like, "What are
he
you
was
guys
laughing.
gonna say
Yeah,
next?"
Yeah, he was laughing so hard. We had a great time.
It was fun. It
Always
was fun.
nice to see Mom and Dad.
Yeah.
Absolutely. From down in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Don't make
So-
me sing the song.
Oh, go ahead. So what else we got going on, kids?
So I wanted to ask the wizard here if he had any observations or words of wisdom for us.
Oh,
Okay. If when life gives you melons, you might be dyslexic.
Oh, for the
you got a
love-
cricket noise over
For
there?
the love of shit.
Do
dude,
you have a
really?
cricket button
I-
over there? You got to get a cricket button, dude.
There we go.
Yeah, we
That
need
works.
crickets.
That works.
Anyway,
That works. No,
too
it was
fun.
a good shot.
All right. Well, I mean,
Bob says, Karen, Akron Honey does great honey and flavors of honey. They're a great company.
I'll have to check them out.
Absolutely. And you
Check
put
'em out.
that in your Cleveland Black Reserve.
What? Where you seeing that?
And
at?
Bob, he put the Akron Habanero
Oh, up there. I'm
honey
sorry. Gotcha.
with the Cleveland Black Reserve. So
Gotcha.
so
Yeah.
was I think
We want Bob to
three-
come back and sit in the audience and have some fun.
Or sit at
three
the
Saturdays ago. We did make it downtown for picking up our order of Cleveland whiskey, and particularly several bottles. But we got our Cleveland Christmas whiskey.
Did you try it yet?
No, that's going to be either maybe that's something we do on the show, or it'll certainly be something we enjoy in the holiday season. So
Well, maybe Bob comes back and does a cameo.
there we go.
That'd be awesome. Bring
Yeah.
Mike with him. We'll have a good time.
He
like
says
always.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that
So,
would be fun. That'd
Great
be
guy.
fun.
I
It was a
tell
lot
you,
of fun.
I met him through a friend of his, kid I grew up with. Same thing.
Who did the Whiskey
And he
Roundtable?
did the whiskey roundtable.
What do you call that?
Well, that's our
Barrel-
logo.
barrel
It's,
top, so to say.
I don't know. It's
So,
fantastic. That's
yeah.
all I know.
But we had such a great time. I've been telling everybody about Cleveland whiskey. I got people. Tits McGee. I got her husband. He's getting a couple of bottles of.
Jen, I'm so not Jennifer Boggs, but my friend Jen. I am so sorry. We had so much fun.
Yeah, we did. But I told him. I said, give it. He's like, oh, boy. I go, give it a second try. I said, listen, we just had Whiskey Roundtable on our I'm sorry. We had Cleveland Whiskey on our show. I'm so used to saying the Whiskey Roundtable. And it was a great time. And I said, I think they were a little shocked because of how much Cleveland whiskey I did have. But it's a good product. They've come a long way.
Oh, yeah. I
If
mean-
you don't go back for a second time, shame on you.
They
'cause you're
converted
missing out on
me. They converted
good
me.
product, man.
As I said, I
Absolutely.
picked up several bottles.
Absolutely.
And we turned a bunch of people on to the Magic Rabbit, which I think is
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah, I
fantastic.
bought
Great
six.
flavored whiskey. I mean, it's probably Halloween season. It's a good time to create a nice cocktail out of that stuff.
I just want to tell you, Bob, I bought 6 bottles. I'm down to 1. Not because we drank it,
Wasn't me.
because a bunch of my friends that watch the show, they're like, dude, I got to have a bottle of that. I got to have a bottle of that. So I actually
Yeah.
ordered a bottle of 6 at the liquor store, so that should be coming in.
I got one from you of the Magic Rabbit, and then I
It's
bought another one
fantastic, man.
on that Saturday visit downtown. So,
That show couldn't have been any better. I mean, everything fell into place. It was just so much fun, and
It was,
glad to
yeah.
be a part of.
and if a
Whiskey Roundtable.
Christmas show works out, that would be great.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. All right, cool.
okay.
Move along, kids. Nothing to see here.
All right. So we are doing a whiskey this week, right?
Yeah, we are
And-
doing a whiskey.
Should we just introduce it?
Should we
with,
just go right to the
yes,
bottle?
right in?
Cam?
Let's
Get into it, kids. Let's get into
we'll
it.
take a ride in the bottle camp to see what we're talking about today.
Hey everyone, it's time for the bottle cam. The bottle cam.
Well, listen, I'm a little disappointed in the bottle cam. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Why? What happened?
Well, Bob was gracious enough to give us a little gift, so to say. Magic Rabbit. Yeah, you got it right there, right there.
I didn't hear anybody telling me to do that while I was
What?
filming.
How do you forget that? How do you forget that? Killing me. All right, Bob. Sorry, we're a little embarrassed. I apologize, but we do have you in the background right here.
It was all that dancing going
Was it-
on.
was it
Totally
I was-
distracted
listen,
Doug.
I-
He couldn't do it.
I was sweating like Joe Biden at a spelling bee. I'm just sorry. I
No.
apologize. Woo. Anyway.
Cat and dog, boy, those are hard words.
All right, kids, let's get into this. What are we
All
doing?
right.
Let's get into this. We are doing Dettling 1867 single barrel cask strength. This was originally founded in 1867 by Franz Xavier
Franz.
Dettling in Brunnen, Switzerland. Cheese guy, Switzerland.
Wow.
They were in business for over 150 years. Actually, I think they're still in operation, but for 150 years they were at their original location. And they're actually known, they produce the most awarded Kirsch, if I'm saying that right, in the world. What is Kirsch? Kirsch is a clear, colorless brandy, and it's traditionally made from a double distillation of Morello cherries. So I immediately thought of Schlievo, because
Yeah, it must be like at least
comparable, right?
some, comparison.
And they have a cherry Schlievo,
And that sounds
which we know.
absolutely amazing. But in 2014, Seth and Vicky Dettling, also, they are part of Big Escambia Spirits. They licensed the Dettling trademark, and they started a new thing here in 2014 in Alabama.
Right, and so I'd never been to Alabama in my life, and just happened to 2 weeks ago. That's where I was
Wow.
Nice. And it's actually
on business, visiting for something. But
I've
Yeah.
never been to Alabama. It's one of the few states I've never been to.
I don't think I've ever been.
I was
to
just
Alabama.
barely across the border from Tennessee. But
They're actually so real quick. They made history because they're the first bourbon made in Alabama. So the single barrel cask strength that we're drinking tonight. What was I going to say? Oh, so this is actually the barrels are hand picked by Seth Dettling, and they typically come from the upper portion of the rick house. Which is exposed to the greatest temperatures because heat
Right.
rises. So you can only imagine the summertime in Alabama, average temperatures are like 90 to 91 degrees.
yeah,
I won't be going there.
oh yeah,
Yeah. And they're from, I'm sorry if I didn't say it, Atmore, Alabama, which is
Okay.
just north of the Florida Panhandle,
Panhandle.
close
Oh, wow,
to the
okay.
Gulf Coast. So they're
Gotcha.
really
Well,
down
Definitely
south.
warm.
Yeah, so they're
Definitely
pretty much
humid.
on the Gulf at that point.
Humid and warm. So
Definitely.
maybe 3 years is enough. That's why we got so much color. But we'll get to that.
Good.
In a second.
Yeah.
So the bottle that we have is 54.1 proof, which is 108.2 if I did my math correctly, which is not my strong point.
Yeah.
Sorry. And it has 6 different grains in it, which I thought was really, really unusual.
It is,
6
yeah.
different grains. It's mostly corn,
Okay.
but there's also rye. Okay, that's second. Rye, oats, roasted wheat malt, roasted rye malt, and roasted barley malt.
That's it.
Okay. Wow.
Huh,
Um,
So
interesting.
complex grain bill. Yeah.
I don't know the percentage of each, but
Yeah, I didn't see that. in
Yeah.
there, so.
but I think we said it. This bottle is aged 36 months. It says on there, so that's 3 years. Again, that's me doing math, which is kind of sketchy. And it is in. It's distilled in American oak No. 3 char barrels,
Okay.
Okay.
and I think that's what I have.
All right.
Kids.
That looks darker than 3.
Yeah, that's dark for a 3-year, but again, maybe in that climate, that's
Yeah.
it ages.
I think it looks
get a lot
closer
more-
to like a 4 char
Yeah.
almost. Okay.
It is
or
dark.
something that's 6 years.
Whoa,
Ooh,
whoa.
we lost-
There goes the Browns hat.
There goes the Browns. Hey, just like it's going to happen on Sunday.
Oh, hey now.
Right to the ground.
Think positive. Miles Garrett's back. Come on.
They get a new Porsche? That's all I want to care about.
He probably did. I'm sure he has a good insurance guy.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Go ahead.
Nothing. So anyway, Doug, do you have any other facts? Because you were saying it had a very interesting backstory, and I didn't know if you had anything additional that you dug up that you wanted
Well, I know
to
they're
share.
field to bottle, so apparently they're growing all their grains, and so they pride themselves on controlling the whole process. So I don't know if they're coopering or buying their barrels, but anyway, they do control a lot of the process, and they're proud of what they do. So that's about all I can add.
Awesome.
So what I didn't find out is, so it was originally founded by Franz Xavier Dettling, and then the one here in Alabama was opened by Seth and Vicky Dettling. I'm not sure if there's. I would assume that there is some kind of
relation.
ancestral
Sure.
connection there.
Makes
but
sense.
I don't know. I just thought that was. I couldn't find it. So if anybody knows, Bob, come on.
Come on, Bob, wake up.
Wake up, Bob. Come on. Put down the bottle. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. I'm just
Put down the honey, Bob.
step away from the honey. Anyway,
Oh, my goodness.
so kids, that's what I have. Greg, it was very fun to watch you struggle with the wax bottle.
Oh my God, that was an hour project.
It was reportedly hard to get the
Oh.
wax off of the
Jesus.
of the cork there. So
It's like trying to pull your girlfriend's pants down on prom. It's like, holy shit. Sorry, kids, me just being me. So what do we
your
put
date
in?
wore pants to the prom? Or-
Yeah, she wore.
Oh, okay.
He wore
All
overalls.
right.
I think he
Okay.
wore overalls that day. But anyway.
Good.
Oh my!
Good.
Listen, it's all the pregame. What do we pregame? We're Bell Mead, Mashville,
little
or
bell
sour
mead,
mash.
sour mash,
And
and we
Chestnut
got some
Farms.
Chestnut Farms. Thanks to Cheese Guy
yeah.
for
Thanks,
bringing
Cheese
these
Man.
back from Florida.
Yeah.
Thanks to
Yes.
Cheese Man. Thanks, Cheese Man. I love you.
That bottle won't
I love
make
you
it
too,
past
Rob,
the
but
evening.
Cheese Man takes care, man.
Oh, we love his Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, are we ready to pass this out?
Yeah, pass this out, please.
All right, let's do this.
Oh wait, I gotta put that down. Pass that out. It is very dark.
It is. There you go.
Oh,
Matt Souza says the big man has some moves.
I do. Thanks, Matt. Thanks for recognizing. I gotta cleanse my palate. This pregame-
yeah,
this-
that's an amber.
Yeah, I do too. Hold
Yeah.
on.
So. She-
You are
She's
stupid.
cleansing
you.
with Modelo Especial.
All All right then.
All right.
All right.
So yes, I agree with you guys. It is very dark, very ambery. If that's a word.
Copper or amber, yeah. So, oh, ooh, a lot of nose going on there.
Young.
I'm using the Bob Lecan.
Definitely smells very young.
the nostril roll.
That kind of scares me.
Yes, which works really well, by the way.
Perfumey to
I've
me.
adopted it as my new technique.
Have you?
Yeah,
The nose roll.
he's right. You get, because
A little ethanol.
you don't think
Do
of
you go
our.
right to left or left to right?
I go.
You
I
both.
go right to left.
I do both.
Because your olfactory sense is directional, stereo, right? And so you have two nostrils. So, and he's right. You do pick up sometimes different sensitivities. I've just learned that the more I do it.
Very ethanol-y.
It is ethanol. I mean,
Yeah.
the only thing I can pull out of there, me personally, is maybe a little dark fruit, like cherry or something. But other than
I get a little orange peel and like definitely corn, like cornbread.
I didn't get any of that.
It's got a lot of. I feel like it's got a lot of aroma.
Do you? See, I don't think it's
I don't
very
get it.
complex at all. I think
I
it's
don't-
I don't know if
very
it's
get
fine.
complex, but at least
I
I
don't
get
get
those
that.
things. I get like cornbread and I get orange peel.
I didn't get any of that. We're gonna
And
dive-
maybe I'm spoiled because I was drinking the Chestnut Farms, but yeah,
Well-
I'm not getting a lot. I'm getting ethanol. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, I'm getting ethanol too. All right, we're gonna
All right,
try
so
this.
let me read the nose.
Go ahead.
White corn is at the forefront. Orange peel, homemade cornbread, cheater, and brown sugar.
No,
Hints of cherry, cheater, berries, and it says cherries and berries, but think of a pipe tobacco kind of cherry berry
Okay.
kind of thing.
Sure.
I don't.
I usually am sensitive to cherry because I like it, but
I mean,
I
we
don't
let
get.
this sit, we let this sit for like a half hour.
Yeah,
The pores.
that's true.
You're right. It did. It did.
All right, I'm diving in.
I'm not getting a lot.
Okay, let's
but
try.
Yeah.
Let's try.
Mm,
First one's my throwaway.
cherry right off as soon as I went to taste it.
Really? Okay.
When you smell it as you drink
Fair
it,
amount of heat, but
I'll get a little pepper in it.
white pepper, like that hot.
Mm.
It's not like black pepper, but it's more like white.
Orange on the very back palate.
Did you ever get some orange on the palate?
I still get a little fruit in it, so to say, cherry or. You talked about berries. I when you said that, and now
wow.
I'm getting it now, but there's
I mean,
something else in there. I can't pull it out.
I get real strong cherries and berries. Real strong.
Maybe more like a cherry, almost like a cough drop kind of cherry. Maybe
I'm
that's
not
just
getting any of
the
that menthol,
combination
but-
of that with the high heat, like the ethanol.
Yeah.
It's
I
got
get- I
like a
get-
little bit of a. It's certainly not bad.
On my second taste, I definitely get cherry. I definitely get. When I say berries, I'm kind of thinking like raspberries, maybe
Yeah.
blackberry, if you will.
Exactly.
No, I'm not going to say blueberry, but I think it's more that
the red
prickle
dark.
bush type.
I agree
fruit,
with
so to
that.
say. I don't get it. Maybe a little vanilla, maybe.
He's savoring it.
Well, that's what I was doing. I like to try it a couple times because it doesn't. When you're
It's got
when you're running your palate, you got to adjust to it. So
It's got some. It's got heat and it's got some of that young oaky vibrancy that you get with younger whiskeys, which I don't necessarily hate all the time, but it's a little bit on the more overpowering side. But there are a lot of good things going on here that I like. I like that pepper, spice, and I definitely get the orange, and I'll go with cherry as well.
I definitely get the pepper. Cherry for sure. Berries for sure. Maybe some vanilla.
You still getting the orange? You said. Kind of like in
As
an
a-
aftertaste, maybe?
No, I'm not getting. I got it on the nose, but I didn't get it on the palate.
I don't get. Yeah, I'm not getting a lot of the typical vanilla, caramel kind of stuff on this whiskey.
It's a little sweet, like brown sugar, so to say.
Okay.
Maybe, but it's kind of got that sweetness to it.
Yep.
I'm not going to say caramel because sometimes caramel, that has that brown sugar type. But I'm going to stick with what I got.
Definitely, I would say a mild to long finish.
I don't get any
Yeah.
spices out of it,
Not a lot of the.
like baking spices or whatever. I don't get any
Right.
of that out of there.
Very short on the legs
It
here.
it's in my opinion, it's not a long finish. I would
I
say.
agree.
I'm not going to say short. I'm going to say a medium finish.
Right.
But that's where I'm at, kids.
Medium finish. It's got heat
Mm-hmm.
because it's a cask strength whiskey. So
And
I'm a-
just as a reminder, this is 108.2.
It doesn't drink. I don't think it drinks. I think it drinks more like a 96 or maybe 100 proof. I don't think
It does drink as a lower. I agree. I think it's sweeter, and it's surprisingly, I got a lot of ethanol on the nose, and I don't taste that. I don't get that on
I-
the palate or the
I
finish.
do.
Do you?
Yeah.
What about you? Do you get
But I
that
don't
ethanol-y?
hate it.
I'm
But
going to try it with a cigar.
I get some of that woodsy herbal oakiness. Definitely dominates a lot with ethanol, but it's not all bad. I mean, there's definitely some good stuff going on there. I don't know. I think maybe they ought to let this thing go a little longer, even though it's down there in the southern Alabama heat. Maybe they should do a 5 or 6 year with this, and let's see what happens.
I will.
But anyway, I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves.
So real quick, I'll read the palate and the finish notes. So the
All right.
palate, white corn and cracked white pepper dominate an oaky orange peel and herbal notes with vanilla and berries.
Okay, I didn't.
I got the
Almost, I
berries.
got everything. I didn't get the vanilla. I don't. Greg said vanilla though. I'm not.
Did
I
you?
Yeah.
didn't pick that up at all. Which is as we've said before with bourbon, it's such a given we almost don't even comment on it. But
Yeah, usually.
but it was
vanilla and
Yeah.
caramel. We
And
usually
was
don't-
remarkably
oh,
absent for me on this whiskey. But anyway, you got it, and that somebody agreed with you. So
It didn't change with the cigar.
yeah,
No. The finish, mildly short, starts with kind of a cinnamon spice, sweet corn, herbal notes. I would agree. I think it's a short finish,
yeah, it's
which is a younger bourbon whiskey is going to be a little bit shorter, but you thought it was more medium.
yeah medium to short.
Medium
I mean,
short.
yeah. I mean it. Yeah. I mean it's there, and it's got some good things happening. And it's to me it needs a little more, maybe needs a little more time, and some of this stuff would probably mellow out, and I think it'd get a little more. It would just soften, and I think some of the other might get some more balance, I guess is the word.
Okay. Well, and it's interesting because as I was doing the research for this, I was very worried that this was going to be a very young rabbit hole type of whiskey, which is not one of our favorites. Which I will preface that by
Not
saying
to-
we
so-
haven't
Not to
tried
be
that in a
confused
long
with
time.
Magic Rabbit.
No,
Amen.
never.
Listen, Magic Rapid's a game changer. I don't give a shit what anybody says. 70 proof. It's great.
In fact, that
I mean, it's
I'm even thinking
it's
that
more
way.
like a cognac. I mean, it's
Yeah.
so good. And the problem is, like when you ever be that little fat kid, shut up, and you get that chocolate milkshake, and you got to just keep
Yeah.
sucking that straw,
You
so
get
to
the brain
say.
freeze?
Get the brain freeze, and you're
Yeah.
walking around like that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that Magic Rabbit is the bomb.
Yeah,
Magically delicious.
definitely. I
Magical.
plan
You
to
just wrote that shit, didn't you?
share some of that actually
Nestle did, actually.
on Trick or Treat. Well, we usually have a fire on the driveways. We hand out candy, and that's what I'll be drinking.
Oh, you're going to do Magic Rabbit?
Oh, absolutely.
Can I come hand
I
out?
don't even need to eat.
Do you know
that
where
way
to
I
get
don't
it?
have to eat
Not
so
every
many.
liquor store has it.
I already have 2 bottles. We bought it when we went,
I think
3
we
weeks
need to go
ago.
hand out candy at Doug's house.
We
You know, I don't have to have so many Reese's now because I can just have some Magic Rabbits.
All right, so where we at, kids? Where we
We're
at?
going to do another bottle cam.
Oh,
just
bottle
to
cam.
remind
Okay, hold on,
everybody
let me get
what
there.
we've been talking about.
Right
We'll
back,
be right
kids.
back.
Hey everyone, it's time for the bottle cam. The bottle cam.
Goodbye.
We have major issues.
You just don't know what's gonna happen on the bottle cam, do you?
I love when you went to the Deliverance music with him. So appropriate.
Oh my!
So
Was I
appropriate.
jamming or what?
You were
Yeah, I
jamming.
was jamming.
You thought so. Just kidding.
All right.
So
as
let's
we
rate
get,
this.
As we get into the scoring, we'll do our traditional Big G, Karen, Doug rating. So we'll go in our traditional order. What do you think, Big G?
You know what? I think it needs to be aged more. I'm not totally disappointed. I'm a little let down, but I'm not. For the proof, I think it's solid on the proof, so to say.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with a 3.2.
God damn it. I was just going to type that in.
Well, then I know what your score is.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to as well go with a 3.2. I was kind of on the fence going to 3.5, but I
No.
don't think it's quite there yet.
Not there yet.
It's not bad.
It's not a terrible drink. Don't
It's
get me wrong.
not bad. I think, I think it's worth a try. And
Yeah.
it may be very good in a mixed drink, like a Manhattan
Sure.
or something.
Yeah, I think
agree.
I would think it would be very good for that, especially because it's high proof.
And it's got the sweet
it
berry
can
flavor.
do very
to it.
well in a cocktail. We're usually pretty close, and we're in the ballpark. I can't go all the way to a 3 level. I'm going with a 2.9 on this. So that's what we got.
Message received.
Yeah,
Loud and clear.
yeah. But I agree with Greg. I think this just needs a little. I would like to see what happens with this same, if this same whiskey were in the cask a couple more years, and see.
I agree.
See what I think things will come together and get a lot more balance. So
And, I'm more of a high proof guy.
I like high proof
I mean, I like
too,
anything 96. Anything from 100 or more. I've had a lot of high proofs, and I respect them. But
Yeah.
so that's why I gave it the 3.2. It's knocking on the door, but I think if they just age it a little longer, they're going to have a great drink.
Again, I don't hate it. There's a lot to like about it. It just has a kind of a immature taste to me.
And I don't know. So those bottles were brought to me from Alabama,
Mm-hmm.
from a pilot friend of mine, and I don't remember which one was which, but one was like $100, and the other one was like $80, and I don't remember which was which.
Especially at
but
that price point.
Yeah, that's a little
for that,
It's a
so
little
that's-
steep
It's
for-
a little
for this.
steep for this product.
This
I
is,
agree.
I would
I
pay
agree.
$40 for this.
What I saw online for this bottle was about $69, $70.
So that's okay.
There's a lot better stuff out there at that price point.
Agree.
I agree.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. But you know what? I do want to get my hands on some of that Kirsch.
The what?
Some of the Kirsch. Some of that.
Oh, yeah.
That cherry Schlevo.
Yeah,
I want that.
Oh, I think I have it over there. I know I have it over there.
Okay. Well, when we go to the
Can you?
Whiskey
You
Wizard,
can pour us some.
I'm
Or?
not going to pour it. Not now.
Oh, okay. All right.
how about when we do the Whiskey Wizard?
There we.
Leave it alone.
All right.
Smell like cologne. Leave,
Leave
it
it
alone.
alone. Okay, well,
sucker.
tonight on the Whiskey Wizard, we're talking about Mizunara Oak.
Okay.
And
That
Well, I'll tell you a little bit more just when we get back. It's pretty self-explanatory, but
Okay.
we're all familiar with white oak, American oak, and French oak. Well, there's another oak used and involved with the making of whiskey, and that's Mizunara oak. So we'll see you in a little bit.
All right, kids, be right back.
Whiskey Wizard! It's the Whiskey Wizard!
Hello and welcome to the Whiskey Wizard, where we say that whiskey making takes scientific knowledge, an artisan's skill and dedication, and a bit of the wizard's alchemy of light, air, earth, and fire. This evening, we're talking about Mizunara oak, which is arguably the rarest oak associated with whiskey making in the world. No other oak is as rare and perhaps unique in its character when influencing the finishing and flavor of the water of life we all love. This special Mizunara oak tree grows naturally from the mountains of Japan to the subalpine zone. Along with beech, it is one of the main tree species of deciduous broadleaf forest in Japan. The tree height reaches up to 35 meters. As we know, the cask is responsible for the flavor, color, and texture of any aged spirit. Casks from Mizunara oak have seen a surge of popularity lately. So why does it seem like every whiskey is trying to get to spend some time in its casks? Well, let's start with white oak or American oak. When properly sourced, seasoned, and heated, provides a range of natural color, aroma, flavor, and mouthfeel compounds. Also, porosity allows for a series of flavor formations to occur over time as subtle reactions take place as the spirit flows in and out of the wood. These barrels, like grapes, contain tannins and other flavor imparting components. While tannins are well known for influencing flavor in wine, they are lesser known for their part in the flavor of finished whiskey. But in charred oak, they are responsible for the emergence of many flavors like vanilla and coconut. And French oak is slightly denser, resulting in a higher, silkier tannin profile than American oak. But this one comparatively rare and special type of white oak, Mizunara, has the lowest level of tannins of all. The story of Mizunara is deeply rooted in Japanese history. After World War II, Japan faced shortages of medicine, food, and other daily necessities. The lack of imported casks to age whiskey was the least of the country's problems. But the spirit was popular with the occupational armed forces, so whiskey makers had to do something. Distillers began to use the native oak, Mizunara. Today, many whiskeys from Japan, the US, and even Scotland use Mizunara. And if a whiskey has Mizunara on the label, it is likely that those bottles won't last long on the shelves. In actuality, many of these whiskeys spend only a few months in these casks. So is the allure of Mizunara simply marketing, or does it make for a better spirit? The oak does not grow particularly straight, according to wine enthusiasts, who notes that it has a high moisture content and it's much more porous than other varieties. It seems these issues make the cask prone to leaking, and its name, after all, translates to water oak. Resident experts in Japan say that Mizunara needs to be around 200 years old before it can be cut and used for casks. While some larger distilleries have access to forests, rights are often suspended to allow them to regrow. During these times, the available wood is sold at public auctions. The huge demand can cause prices to skyrocket. A single empty cask now costs more than $6,000, and distillers have a hard time getting their hands on a cask. Of course, larger producers often get their first pick. While maturation time doesn't define the quality and depth of whiskey in general, it's more important with Mizunara. Many distillers and experts claim that whiskey must mature in the cask for at least 15 to 20 years for the right flavors to be imparted. Any less, and the surfacing notes are too intense and sharp. harsh and woodiness overwhelms the subtler flavors. When left to mature correctly, we are told that a Mizunara aged whiskey offers complex notes of sandalwood, coconut, spice, and Japanese incense. Examples include Yamazaki Mizunara series, aged 18 years in the oak. The whiskey's balanced flavor brings strong elements of coconut and banana, aromatic incense, and summer spice. The Chichibu distillery also made sure all of the site's washbacks, the container where the wort is fermented, are also made from the Japanese oak. It's said to give Chichibu whiskey its character. Similarly, the sought-after Bowmore Mizunara release, which sold out quickly and now sells for double its original $1,000 retail price, spent mere months in these Mizunara casks. The Yama whiskey from Bainbridge Organic Distillers on Bainbridge Island, Washington, is aged in 10 and 15 gallon casks, very different to the much larger puncheons of 70 to 100 gallons used in Japan. The smaller size means that the whiskey comes into greater contact with the wood, so notes are imparted a little bit faster. The exclusive use of Japanese oak in the Bainbridge bottling has created a unique American expression, which brings forth many subtle flavors of coconut, grain, and spice. At the latest Nashville Whiskey Fest, we came across an Irish whiskey called Glendalough. The Glendalough Mizunara finished single malt Irish whiskey batch 13. This whiskey was finished for several months in Mizunara cask.
200-year-old, you have to wait a couple of years. We've got there's 10 coopers that do Mizunara oak in Hokkaido, Japan. There's only 10. And 9 of which work for the Japanese whiskey companies. Yeah. They're on contract. We've got one for 10 years. And we will have this.
And that's
so you can see, this is batch number 1. There will be 10 batches of this.
And what's the retail on this bottle?
This will retail for $99.
Son Cameron and I liked it so much we each bought a bottle the next day. This light, fruity Irish whiskey is notably dry with notes of plum, cocoa, and coconut. There are also definite notes of fresh green grass and incense, perhaps sandalwood, on top of Irish cream. Now, the representative at Whiskey Fest told us that the flavor of Mizunara was so powerful that whiskey can only take a few months' time on Mizunara oak, where its bold character would overpower everything. This, it turns out, was likely some salesmanship, as it contradicts what the number of experts from Japan have told us about the long time required for maturing whiskey in Mizunara to get to the optimum types of flavors. So nevertheless, whether it had to do with short time in a Mizunara, which I think we both agreed it did because of the very unique flavor it had, and how everything did work pretty well. So I guess you can't argue with the results. So anyway, the next time you're whiskey shopping, you'll know a bit more about the Mizunara references you may spot on a number of the offerings you will probably come across. And we at the Whiskey Roundtable urge you to give one of these Mizunara finished or aged whiskeys a try, so you can see for yourself what all the fuss is about. And to the topic of Mizunara, we now say sayonara. That's all for now. This is Douglas Dunbar, the Whiskey Wizard, for the Whiskey Roundtable. Cheers, Slanjava, and now back to the live show.
And we are back. So while we were away, and I'm sorry, did you have anything you wanted to wrap up?
No,
on
just
the
whole idea for this Mizunara episode came from tasting that Irish whiskey at the National Whiskey Fest, and Cameron and I didn't really talk about it, but apparently we both liked it so much that we bought a bottle the next day at the Cork Dorks in Midtown Nashville, and it had a very unique, balanced quality to it, and some flavors that I know came from the Mizunara oak that are kind of unique. That very incensey kind of flavor that really worked with a whiskey very well. So anyway, I tried to go today and get something at the liquor store that had Mizunara, and I looked at all these Japanese whiskeys. None of them, even the Japanese whiskeys, I couldn't find one that was either aged in or finished in Mizunara oak. So I don't know. So maybe
we got to keep our eyes peeled for some of that.
But I saved that Glendalough for our next March Irish whiskey series. So
All right.
Perfect.
But I wanted to find something that we could maybe taste as we came right out of that, so you guys could kind of see what it's like. But that'll be something for the future.
Amen.
Yeah, we got time.
We got all day long, son.
So-
all day.
So while the Whiskey Wizard was doing his thing,
I went up and went to the bathroom.
There was that.
Okay.
at least you went. Never mind. We got the cherry Schlivo, the Kirsch. So made from very good friends of ours from Romania. I have been waiting to try it until we came back. You tried it already.
I didn't realize that we could have done it when on the show. I just kind of downed mine because I thought that's what you do with Schlivo. I mean,
Ziggy zaggy ziggy zaggy.
Hoi, hoi, hoi.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Which is German, by the way.
whatever.
but it's cherry, and I like cherry a
So
lot.
we have-
So what did you think?
I loved it. Yeah.
Did you drink it?
Twice.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try it right now. It doesn't smell very cherry.
Oh, wait till you
Yeah,
try it. Wait till you
but
try it.
it
But,
tastes very cherry.
Here we go. Mmm. Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god. Stevie, Lily, I need more. Holy hell, that is dangerous. What do you call that? LPR?
LPR, liquid panty remover.
Yeah, that's
If
good stuff.
guys drink too much, they get BDR. Bad dick report, just so you know.
Holy heck. This doesn't even taste like it has any alcohol in
We
it.
drank that over in Europe when we were back in 2016.
We drank so much in
I
Europe.
know,
but
we
please,
drank.
like I'm
I
gonna
mean, we
remember.
drank and drank and drank. It was crazy. We had entourage. We had bodyguards. We had all that. Oh my God, it was unbelievable.
What do you expect? This is the Whiskey Roundtable.
All right.
All right, I'm
Very cool.
gonna check the scroll
Oh,
real
yeah,
quick.
let's do that.
So Brother Steve says, "Good job, Wizard." We got Wendy Swanson doing
Wendy?
bottle cam. She loves it.
I love Wendy.
Hey, Whiskey Wizard, I'm real proud of you.
Thank you, Siri.
Suck up. Anyway, and Maddie Tata says, "Save some for me, big guy. I think he's gonna be here shortly."
He is going to be here shortly.
So, are
Soon
you
as
riding
this-
your tractor over?
Hey, you bring the tractor over, or you're going to skip over here? What are you doing?
It's like Green Acres over here.
Amen.
Let's do it. Anyway, Matt Sosa, I don't know if I read this before. He says you have some moves.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Anyhow,
I need to. Yeah.
That's how I put
I'd
myself-
love some more Big G dancing footage.
Listen,
Maybe after
Matt,
the show.
Matt,
tonight
listen,
we
that's
can
how I
go-
got through college, was dancing. But anyway.
it was
that's
hard
a
to find
story
gay
for
bar in
another
the
time.
80s, but he did it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Listen, I did so many cameo appearances, it's not even funny. But anyway.
Anyway, so I think we have a little bit of time. We can actually get to the news.
Wow. We actually have news we
Who
can
knew?
talk about. Well, we did talk already about Cleveland whiskey came out with its Christmas whiskey. Woo. Yeah. Three Saturdays ago. And I got mine. So everybody out there, if you're in your local establishment here in Northeast Ohio, I'll bet you can find it, and you ought to pick up a bottle. As we said,
Absolutely.
They're really moving up and making some good stuff.
They really are.
I will say I do follow them on Facebook, and I saw that they have just moved into Massachusetts.
Oh,
So I know we have friends in Massachusetts.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bob, really?
Please, you guys, go out and get this, because we would
That's a
not
great
steer
drink.
you wrong.
I agree.
It
I
is
agree.
some great shit.
It is very good stuff. And it really,
And,
really is a game changer.
Try it out, please.
Definitely.
so we'll do a few things on the news. Douglas Lang announced that they also came out with their Christmas Big Peak Christmas edition, which I think is something that we may see here on the Whiskey Roundtable.
You said
And
Douglas Lang?
Yeah, that's the
This
parent
one.
company. So,
Okay.
yeah. They're returning with they just released not too long ago their Big Peak Christmas edition 2022. I don't know what version we've got that we're going to be doing in the holiday season, but I think that's on our plans, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that'll be sitting in the Santa's boot at some point.
Ah,
Yeah, and we can use Santa's boot this year. We don't have the COVID.
that's right. We ain't got the COVID. So.
Knock on wood.
Oh,
And
easy.
the Scallywag Winter Edition is also been released. It's a Speyside single malt, and it's been exclusively matured in either ex Oloroso or ex Pedro Jimenez sherry cask.
Nice.
The Scallywag Winter Edition 2022 is limited to just 4,500 bottles and 57.5 pounds apiece. That's not too bad.
Will it be in
And
Ohio?
yes, I don't know about Ohio, but they have wide releases in Asia, Europe, the UK, and the USA.
It won't be.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't
Well,
know.
Ohio.
Good luck with
Ohio is.
Good luck.
Glenmorangie has revealed the details of a third release in its annual Tales series, A Tale of the Forest. And it follows a tale of cake and a tale of winter. And we tried that tale of cake on this show. Great whiskey. This year's edition takes inspiration from Dr. Bill Lumsden. And we've had a whole episode on that, walks through the woodlands close to his home, and Glenmorangie's director of whiskey creation evokes sounds. Anyway, I kind of messed it up. But anyway, he's been hiking around that area, and that's just inspired him to make this whiskey. So the Balvenie unveils its new French oak 16-year-old whiskey. So we all like the Balvenie, and we
I love me some Balvenie.
I tried to get some, actually. I went online and I couldn't find any, but hopefully that will become available, and I think it was recently announced, and recently released. So hopefully I'll be able to find that. In Mortlach, well, these are all. Let me see. These are all scotches. So let me go down. White Peak. Wait, no, that's. What do we got here? Okay, we talked about. Oh, this was one, Karen, we wanted to try to get for this month. Few Spirits, Few FEW.
Yes.
Motor Oil Whiskey. It's a limited release from the Illinois distillery, which has already crafted some other Flaming Lips and Allison Chains inspired whiskeys, and this is the Black Rebel Motorcycle Club. I guess that's a band, and it inspired this whiskey called Motor Oil. Has a nice skull and crossbones on the label. It'll be good for Hallow Whiskey Month. So that was the one we were going to try to get, and I don't know, maybe we'll see if we can make that happen
I
somehow.
will check after.
And Barrelcraft Spirits released Bourbon Batch 033. And this is a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys, a mirage of high and high corn barrels ranging from 5 to 9 year old, and distilled and aged in Kentucky, Indiana, and Tennessee, and bottled at cask strength of 116.6 proof.
Wow.
Brown sugar, pineapple on the nose with a fruitiness that continues on the palate,
Interesting.
along with butterscotch and baking spices, and a finish that features an unexpected minerality. So when we were at Nashville Whiskey Fest last weekend, we went to a seminar presented by Barrel Bourbon. So Really enjoyed that. We'll probably talk about that in next week's Whiskey Wizard. So
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
So you're talking about a little bit of upcoming things. We are very excited to say at the end of October, on the 28th actually, we are going to have Dave Somrock from
Royal
Royal
Havana
Havana
Cigars.
Cigars, who we have talked up so much, and I actually wore his sweatshirt.
yeah,
So that's going to be a great show. I can't
one
wait
of our
to have
great
Dave
sponsors, the
Yep.
Royal Havana Cigars, and that's going to be a lot of fun. That will be like I said. I hope he can dress up for the occasion.
here. Dress like a cigar guy, Dave.
He's going to look just
Dress like a cigar.
He's going to look just like an Irish Cuban.
cigar guy from Havana. That's
Pretty
what
much Dave.
I think he can pull that off.
That'll
Yeah.
be great. That'll be a great show.
And there is a good chicken cock release, but we'll talk about that maybe next week because Jen's doesn't seem to be on the scroll.
I know.
We'll wait for her
Where's
to
my
get
nut skin girl?
I don't know what
easy.
she hasn't. We've missed her the last couple of times.
Them
Did
titties.
we ever talk about the crab trapper?
Excuse me?
Just in college, but anyway.
Balkanos Big Baby 2022. They released the first bottled and bond release from this Waco, Texas distillery. It's wait a minute. Anyway, okay. The creators, I got out of order here. The creators of those Beaver Sack and Venison whiskeys,
What? Who?
Tamworth Distilling,
That here, Beaver?
came out with the Tamworth Crab Trapper green crab flavored whiskey.
That's what it smells
Crafted
like.
from a 4-year-old bourbon base and over 90 pounds of green crabs, plus a custom spice blend mixture reminiscent of a low country boil.
I don't remember
Okay,
that in
described as a briny fireball, the use of crustaceans here is for the good, however, because green crab is an invasive species of crab wreaking ecological havoc along the New England coast. So there you go.
Smell like cologne. Leave it alone,
So
kids.
get some Tamworth Distilling green crab bourbon and help out the environment. There you go. All right. Well, I mean, you can't top that.
What the
so
hell is wrong with you?
I don't know. On that note,
You can't top that.
Wait, I don't. Oh, I don't know. I can't even. I don't know. So, okay, we're about at the hour.
All right,
Yeah,
let's-
so,
let's hit the
yeah,
scroll.
Do you have
Hey.
any closing words for
Yeah,
us?
well,
Wait,
we'll
wait,
see
let's
you-
hit the scroll before
I,
we
ju-
Yeah,
I
do the
checked. There's not a lot going on there. So Matt
Okay.
just says he has some dollar bills.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jose Padilla's laughing his behind off.
Oh, I think the Matt's dollar bills references to Big G doing some dancing.
Thanks, Matt. Thank you.
So I'll
Got
try
me
to
through college.
see if I can cajole him into
Throw some
to
pennies
giving
in the
us a
slot.
little, maybe some. If you put on a little average white band or something, maybe, or what is it? What's the other band?
Celine Dion?
No, it's Wild Cherry or something.
Wild
like
cherry.
Oh no, he likes his Orange Juice Jones.
That. Okay,
Oh,
maybe we
yeah.
can get him dancing a little
All
bit.
right, let's figure it out.
Okay, and we'll include that in next week's in at least one of our bottle cams. Look, thanks for watching, and remember, if you missed the show, and it happens, please go ahead and watch it whenever it's convenient.
Subscribe and like.
Subscribe and like all our shows. If you miss it, just watch it the next day or whenever it's convenient for you. Grab a dram and just watch it at whatever time is convenient. So
I would like to say before you go
Yeah.
there, I just checked our Facebook page. We have over 1,000 followers. And I'd like to thank you guys because if
Yeah.
it wasn't for you, we wouldn't keep doing this. So,
Amen.
yeah,
Um,
and it is those views that keep this thing going. So if you miss the live show, and that happens because things come up, but just watch it anytime after the broadcast before the next week, and that helps us keep this going. So we will be back next Friday, October the 14th, at our usual time at 7:30 p.m., and we'll continue with Halla Whiskey Month. So
Little Wolf Moon next week.
a little Wolf Moon will be our. We're going to start getting into the Halloween themed
Amen.
thing. So, all right. So follow us, all that stuff on Facebook, and that helps us out as well. So closing quote for today.
Yes.
Good. Okay.
All right. This comes from Mark Twain. Too much of anything is bad, but too much whiskey is barely enough.
Here, here.
Amen. All right, kids. Hey, thank you for watching tonight. We had a great time as always. A lot of laughs. And Have a safe weekend. Be careful. And until next week, I'm your host, Big J.
Karen Helen Keller.
Doug Dunbar.
Catch you next week.
8:30 p.m. on the nose. What?
Can't-
What?
We are
Oh,
professionals.
we are getting professional at this.
Oh,
We'll
shut up.
see you.
We're at 8:01 already. Come on,
Oh,
let's
my
go.
God.
Whatever.
Oh, it's still
It
8:30.
happens.
We'll see you next week.
All right, kids. Bye-bye.
If whiskey stopped working, every bar in town would be closing their doors, shutting down. Everybody would be trapped with their thoughts, 'cause nothing numbs the pain like bourbon or scotch. Oh no, oh no, no. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped. Poor Jack D would be out of a job. Jameson and Bean would be cut off. Hank Williams songs wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, this whole damn world would be a mess. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped, oh. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably halfway out of this town, leaving Tennessee.